my loves, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nora, and today we're doing a Halloween special. And also, hello to all the new subscribers. It makes my heart sing when I see new subscribers. And so, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, because your support helps me reach the right people who can, thanks to me, find answers, who can awaken more, who can heal as well. So let's go. Today is going to be a Halloween special since it's the spooky season. And because it's October and Halloween, then the veil tends to be thinner during this time period because of different reasons. Because more people are trying to connect. There's the whole Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead thing going on. And death is actually a very sacred thing. And I was recently talking to a friend also about the art of dying, because what happens if we don't know, if we are not prepared, if we have literally no idea about what death is, or if we are like absolutely terrified of death, for example, or we have some religious programming that makes us think that we will be judged at the end of our life and we will either be sent to hell or heaven. So, because of all this, it's really, really important to realize that when we die, then if we don't cross over, that's when we have problems, okay? Because what are ghosts? Ghosts are essentially souls, people that have died but they haven't crossed over. So it could be that they are just very confused. They don't know what has happened. They don't realize that they are dead. Maybe it was through a traumatic experience, so they didn't even realize that they died. Or perhaps they are afraid of being judged and going to hell, so they are just too afraid to walk through the tunnel of light. And this is why, or this is where people like myself, mediums, can, or other type of psychics, can help and can help also to restore the balance of light and dark. So since I moved into this new flat and since I accepted and shouted out to the world and internally accepted my mission as a psychic medium, I have had some activity, okay? Um, well, first of all, when it comes to activity, it's really important to set our boundaries because energetic hygiene is important, but we'll get back into that a little bit later on. So, maybe about a month ago or a month and a half ago, there was this night when I woke up and I could feel someone staring at me. And it was really uncomfortable. And because I've been doing this work for a while now, I wasn't scared. Usually, when you sense a presence and you start feeling like intense fear, then you know that this is like a dark being, dark entity, or like a dark haunting type of situation. But because I am familiar with different types of entities and I'm used to seeing weird stuff and all of that, then I no longer really get that terrified of it. But I used to, okay? This is a progress that I have made. So, anyway, in the morning when I woke up, I don't remember that story so well because it was quite a while ago. I realized it was like this old man that was basically hanging out in my flat, and my friend Veronica looked into it and helped me clear it. And but maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I went to bed super early. I was super tired. I had been traveling, and I woke up maybe 2 hours after I had fallen asleep. And as I opened my eyes, I heard Russian language clairaudiently in my mind. And I was like, what the? I don't speak Russian. I have no idea what they were saying, you know? And then I started waking up every hour. I didn't hear Russian again, but I heard like intense like creaking in my room. So I was thinking, what the hell? Like, is it the wind? Like, what is it? And I still don't know until this day. It could have been either, you know. Um, but in the morning when I woke up, I was like, right, there's this old lady and she obviously needs something. So again, my friend Veronica helped. And yeah, so she said that it was this old lady who was wanted to speak to her family and didn't understand that she was dead. So Veronica helped to cross her over. So she opened the light portal with the help of Archangel Michael. And then her husband came into the tunnel, and then she recognized him and went with her quite happily, I think. So I personally have only done one proper crossing over the souls before. So, and I know that these experiences have come into my life because I need to practice this more. But yeah, what was interesting again is that I didn't feel any fear. Um, but instead it was kind of annoying, like when I'm in my bed, when I'm at my home, I don't want to be bothered by random spirits. I want to only connect to beings if I want to do it because of I have a free will. I don't have to deal with these other spirits. It could be very, very freaking overwhelming if suddenly all the spirits of the world start coming at you. And so this is a common thing that happens to mediums, and I've had to learn how to set better boundaries and all of that. And I will talk about that in a minute as well. And the one time that I did a soul crossing was actually when I did a soul retrieval with Brian, Oracle of Avalon, because I had been getting like inner feelings, soul nudges about there being some sort of soul retrieval mission that had to be done. And soul retrieval is basically necessary when there has been some sort of trauma, either in this life or any other lives. And in the moment of trauma, your soul has sort of fragmented a little bit and left like little pieces of glass. That's how I see it, uh, behind into that location. But in this case, I thought it would be something related to the shooting, because I've really done a lot of layered healing work to really process it all out. But it wasn't. It was actually another lifetime of mine where I was a woman and I had a husband and we had two children and they were playing by the well and they fell into the well as I was supposed to watch them or something and they died. So it was a very, very painful lifetime because after that, my husband at the time blamed that version of me for the rest of my life. And it was a shit show basically. And so when me and Brian got together to do this work together, he specializes in like soul retrievals and such. So he's your guy. Then he told me that we had to go to the underworld, to the hell, essentially. And I hadn't had conscious experience of doing anything like that before. Like in my dreams, yes, I have been to like really dark places and that, but that's my soul doing astral missions. And so we decided to travel there astrally because it was clear that that aspect of my soul was still stuck in hell, essentially. And it was interesting. It was definitely scary to go there at first, but we put around us like proper protection. We traveled um, to our this astral castle that we go to. Um, and put on like the right amount of armor and all of that, and then went. And as we were flying through the underworld or hell, then I would be afraid to look everywhere. And Brian said as well, just like keep your eyes like on the mission. But I did see some just some people down there, and I've seen like a black dragon down there. We went there again recently, but again I tuned out. I didn't want to experience too much. And anyway, once we got to me, then it took quite a bit of time to convince that version of myself that to to be ready to cross over, because these souls don't really understand where they are. All they have is like all they have left is like pain, sometimes like the same sort of experience on repeat. And then also, as we were down there, it came out that the husband was there as well in the suicide forest. So I think the husband maybe committed a suicide. To be honest, I don't remember so well anymore, because I tend to just like process and let go, you know? And yeah, so we helped him as well. So it was like two souls in one mission. So yeah, anyway, it's really, really important to know that when we die, we don't directly go to hell if we have done some bad things in our lives. No, like we literally go back to the in between, or heaven, or soul's home, however you want to call it. And we will have a little life review and see what happened, whatever lessons we went through and whatnot, you know, like I haven't personally been through that process yet, so I don't know exactly, but I do know based on thousands, millions of other people who have said that there is a life review. Okay. So when we die and we haven't crossed over, and we stay like this for a very, very, very long time, like hundreds or thousands of years, then ultimately the vibration of the soul starts to um, dip. And this is how dark entities are created. And I have a whole video about dark entities as well that you can check out. I'm going to link it in the end or in the description or whatever, so you can see that. But also, there are actually some souls who, before reincarnating, decide to directly reincarnate as like demons or some sort of dark entities. And that is pretty badass, because the ultimate goal is to always wake up, you know? So when Earth is like a school, then the underworld, to directly reincarnate into the underworld, is like university, like top level hard lesson, you know? So yeah, that's pretty cool thing to know, but also very crazy. So let's talk about how to protect yourself, how to protect your house, all of these things. Well, first of all, it's important to know that you can claim your space, you can claim your energy. You don't have to suffer. It's not inevitable. Like, there are many ways to stop this from happening, from nighttime like activity or whatever, you know. So first thing what I did after I realized that this was the case, I went away for a day to see my nan and stuff, and then I came back. I was like, right, let's get this sorted. And so I used Palo Santo, which is this, I don't have it right now, right here, which is this Amazonian wood from the Amazon rainforest. It's a sacred tree, and shamans have been using it for thousands of years to cleanse their space. Second. So this is what it is. You just burn it, and then you cleanse your space. You go through your entire house. The way I do it is I close every like door, my main door that goes outside, and every mirror. You can do also windows. I close them with this. And I imagine light closing them as well, as I close like the portals, like the mirrors and stuff. And I go anti-clockwise. So I don't know which way it's showing here. Anyway, anti-clockwise. And then you can cleanse your own energetic body with this as well. So Palo Santo removes all energy. Okay. So after that, it's important to call in the energies that you want to experience. But I also go through like every wall in my house. So essentially, I go and do like a full-on circle from all the corners, all the windows, everything, until back to my door. And then I claim my space. I ask all the external energies that do not serve me to leave. I use the help of Archangel Michael and personally my dragon guides. And you can use anyone that you want, but Archangel Michael sort of specifies in clearings and protection and all of that. And also, you will have some guys on your team that are specifically good for that, so you can ask them. And if you don't know, doesn't matter, they'll come anyway. And after that, I yeah, I set sort of like some sort of intention that this is my space. Nobody is allowed to enter here. Only souls that I invite, only high vibrational beings. Like whatever it is that your intention is intuitive. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but it does help if you use Archangel Michael and if you set very, very clear boundaries of what is allowed and what is not allowed. Okay. And then, yeah, after that, also my spirit team was came in and they were like, you know, that you can just ask us to stay with you throughout the night, right? And I was like, yeah, I do. But sometimes I guess I just the last days I wasn't as thorough with it. And so ever since then, everything has been totally, completely quiet and good and all of that. So it works, you know? Okay. And then what else I do is that I have protective crystals at all windows of my flat. So I use selenite for that. Then I have a black tourmaline around my bed. So you can use crystals for clearing as well, for like not clearing necessarily, but for protection, for like building like a crystal grid, which is essentially like a little grid that is interconnected with different crystals or the same crystals. And besides Palo Santo, you can also use sage, but personally I prefer Palo Santo because it smells divine, whereas sage is quite strong. And for clearing space, you can also use the tinksa, I don't know what it is in English, the little bells, Tibetan or Nepalese bells or whatever. Um, and you can use high vibrational music. Basically, any spiritual work is very, very intuitive. Just trust yourself and trust that you know what you're doing. Okay, my loves. So I'm using this super cool new deck called Magical Spirit Oracle by Alexis Raccoon, and I will pull some cards for you. And let's do like a pick a card, little reading. Okay, here we go. So tune in and pick one of these cards, whichever card you feel more of a pull towards. So if you pick this one, it is safe to surrender to the good feelings, the lover. Aphrodite, I don't know how to say it in English. Passion, abundance, number 7. So what's coming through here is that your guides want you to know that you are allowed to enjoy what is in front of you, what is in your reality. You're allowed to receive and experience and receive love. You deserve this and it is safe for you. Okay, whatever situation you are in right now, it is safe for you to let the love in a little bit. Okay, if you pick the middle card, number 10, it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. The voyager, yeah. Return home, lessons, realizations. Voyager. I don't know, how are these crazy words in here that I never had to pronounce before? So it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. What's coming through here is that you might have been going through some sort of lesson that you thought you had graduated from, but in fact it has cycled back to you. It's important to know that healing happens in cycles. It's like an onion in a way, because it takes a while until we get to the the good stuff, you know? Like there are sometimes so many layers that we need to work through before we get to the root of the issue that we are going through. So, or perhaps you have forgotten some of your boundaries that you used to have. Perhaps you've been a little bit too accessible to people, or whatever it is, whatever your boundary is, just make sure that you remember your worth, who you are, and why you're here. Okay? And if you picked the third card, number 12, if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees, spirit of the tree, nature, priestess, inner peace. So, whatever questions you have right now in your life, you would really benefit from grounding yourself with nature and connecting to the nature. There is so much wisdom in the trees, in the plants, in the nature spirits, water, air, fire, everywhere, which reminds me, I need to check my fireplace, that you will benefit from connecting with the animals, with the birds, with nature. So if you've been spending a bit too much time indoors or in the city, this is your sign to go outside, connect, and maybe put your feet or at least your hands on the ground. Okay, 1 second, I will check my fire. So, fire is good. And I would also like to announce a new offer, Mediumship, messages from the loved ones. And it is just a really intimate, beautiful session where you have the opportunity to connect with a person of your choice. It can be an ancestor, it can be someone closer. And I will describe what they look like, what their energy is like. I will pass on their messages. I will just channel whatever comes through from them personally, and you will get many confirmations that it is, in fact, them. You don't have to give me any information besides their name. That is it, and maybe who they are to you. And so, yeah, if you're interested, then I will link it below. At the moment, I have an introductory offer, so 20% off for a limited time. So if you're interested, I am just personally so grateful that I can do this work because it's truly, truly beautiful. It's very healing and a gorgeous experience. So, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with your friends. And do try out these energetic clearing and protection tips. All right, thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.